So greetings, sir. So today I'm going to talk about the automotive industry, which is currently in major going through a transformative phase with the advancement in technology, changing customers' demands, and also shifting regulations. The industry is evolving rapidly. Major automotive sector plays a key role in the country's economy, driving both industry development and also job creation. So at the same time, we are seeing a strong push for sustainability with increasing investment in EVs and green technologies. These changes, along with the rise of autonomous vehicles and also digital transformation, are reshaping how cars are made and how business compete. The future of Malaysia's automotive industry looks bright, but also require innovation, collaboration, and adaptation to new challenges and opportunities. So now, quickly talk about the how structure, conduct, and performance applies for the Malaysia car industry. So first, structure. The industry is a mix of local brands like Proton and Prodwa, along with the big international companies like Toyota and Honda. So these create a mix of competition and teamwork. The national automotive policies helps by boosting local supply chains and also encouraging research and development and supporting technologies like electric vehicles. Of course, there are also challenges like regulation, barriers to entering the market. Next, conduct. Car makers in Malaysia are focusing more on customer satisfaction, being more sustainable, and using new technologies. There's a growing focus on EVs and also self-driving cars to be demand for eco-friendly options. Companies are also improving through digital transformation and also working with the global partners to stay competitive and provide all the necessaries for the EVs car. Finally, performance. The industry is doing well with strong growth in sales, production, and also impact the economy. Thanks to the government incentive like tax breaks for EVs and investment in infrastructure, the industry is gaining momentum, and Malaysia is becoming more important player in the global and regional car markets. So, in short, the SAP model shows how Malaysia automotive sector is evolving, with all these factors working together to help the industry grow and innovate.
Good day, doctor. My name is LASHINI. My matrix number is 287012. Today, I'll be presenting the market structure, which is 2.1 of our report. First, let's look the total asset of these 10 listed companies. These figures provide an overview of the financial weight of each firm in the industry. The combined total assets amount to 71.38 billion ringgit Malaysia, with Sime Darby Berhad holding the largest share at 37.82 billion ringgit Malaysia, followed by DRB Hicom at 18.47 billion ringgit Malaysia. On the other hand, smaller players like Permaju Industry hold just 0.09 billion ringgit Malaysia, highlighting the disparity in firm size. Next, we examine the concentration ratio CR4, a measure of market control by the four largest companies: Sime Darby, DRB Hicom, Oriental Holdings, and Hong Leong Industries. The formula for CR4 is the total assets of these four firms divided by the total assets of all 10 companies. The calculation gives us CR4 of 91.65%, indicating that the Malaysian automotive industry is highly concentrated oligopoly. With a CR4 of over 90%, the industry is dominated by just a few major players. These firms hold substantial market power, leading to several implications, which is pricing, barriers to entry, and economies of scale. In the scope of pricing, firms may have the ability to set higher prices due to limited competition. When it comes to barrier to entry, high financial and operational barriers makes it difficult for smaller companies or new entrants to compete. Lastly, which is economies of scale, large firms benefit from cost efficiency, spreading regulatory and operational costs across high production volumes. Market operates under an oligopolistic structure where the actions of one firm often influence the others. This can lead to price rigidity and less aggressive competition. However, major players rely on strategies like strong branding, which build consumers' loyalty through advertising and product differentiation. Secondly, technology and innovation, which will focus on features like safety, fuel efficiency, and design. Lastly, economies of scale, which ensure cost advantage while meeting regulatory requirements. Lastly, to ensure fair competition and protect consumer interests, government policies must encourage regulation and incentives. In conclusion, the Malaysian automotive market is dominated by a few large players with a high concentration ratio and significant barriers to entry. While this structure offers stability, it also limits competition and innovation. A balanced approach from policymakers and industry stakeholders is crucial to sustaining growth while ensuring consumer welfare. Thank you.
Hi and good day everyone. I'm NITHIYA NAGARAJAN and my metric number is 287256. I would like to present my part, which is 2.2 barriers to entry. High capital and technology requirement is the first barriers to entry. Firstly, large initial investment are a key challenge. Setting up manufacturing facilities and conducting research and development requires significant capital. For example, Proton, which is Malaysia's national car manufacturer, overcome these barriers through a substantial 150 million ringgit of investment. This was made possible by strategic partnership with Highcom, contributing 70% of the funding, and Mitsubishi Motor providing the remaining 30%. Secondly, the rise of electrical vehicles (EVs) introduce additional complexities. New entrants must comply with stringent global battery and emission standards, which are essential for EV production. These regulations demand high-tech solutions, adding another layer of cost and technical expertise. Lastly, there is immense pressure on research and development (R&D). To meet rising global safety and technological standards, automakers need continuous innovation. However, substantial R&D investments are challenging for many manufacturers, making it difficult to compete on an international scale. Next barrier is the economies of scale. First, production efficiency is a significant advantage for large firms. Established manufacturers like Toyota are able to spread regulatory compliance costs such as safety and environmental certifications over high production volume. This reduces the cost per unit and gives them a competitive edge. For instance, Toyota holds a 10.9% of market share in Malaysia, demonstrating the effectiveness of scaling up production. In contrast, small entrants face significant challenges. Without the ability to produce in large volumes, they incur higher per unit costs. The need for advanced technologies such as high efficiency emission controls makes their products less competitive. Lastly, the global semiconductor shortage provides a clear example. Large firms with well-established supply chains are better positioned to secure key components, meet production schedules, and comply with regulations. New entrants, however, face delay and inflated costs, further hampering their ability to compete. Next is regulatory barriers. Firstly, strict standards related to safety, emission, and efficiency create challenges for new entrants. These regulations demand high level of compliance, making it costly and difficult for smaller players to enter the market. Secondly, the National Automotive Policy (NAP) plays a dual role. While it promotes sustainable initiatives like energy efficient vehicles (EEVs), it also imposes high compliance costs on manufacturers. Thirdly, foreign firms like Honda have adapted to these barriers by establishing local assembly plants in Malaysia. These facilities allow them to meet regulatory requirements such as localization and import duties while remaining competitive. Lastly, regulations also govern distribution networks. Automakers must comply with strict rules on dealership management, sales, and customer satisfaction indexes. While established players already have this system in place, new entrants must develop them from scratch, adding to their operational costs. Lastly, intellectual property (IP) and standard compliance barrier. Firstly, Malaysia enforces strict IP laws to protect local innovation and prevent imitation. While this safeguards existing players, it creates challenges for new entrants, as navigating complex patent regimes requires significant time, effort, and financial resources. Secondly, the high standard for certification further increase the cost of market entry. International certifications like ISO, Standard for Quality and Environmental Management, are mandatory. For example, ISO 26262, which focuses on functional safety in automotive system, demands extensive risk analysis and testing to ensure compliance. These requirements are both costly and time consuming, making it difficult for smaller players or startups to compete. Established manufacturers have these resources to meet these demands, but for new entrants, these hurdles can be a major deterrent. That's all from me. Thank you.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Muhammad Shafiq bin Shafiee. My matrix number is 286751. We present about chapter 3 in our assignment, which is the conduct or the firm strategies. So basically, based on the company we have chosen, which is Bermas Auto Berhad, DRB Highcom Berhad, Hume Industries, MBM Resources, New Home Fat Holdings, Oriental Holdings Berhad, Pemaju Industries, Sam Darby, Solid Automotive Berhad, Tan Chong Motor Holdings. These companies already have their own strategies, and it was divided by two, which is the pricing strategy and firm strategy. First, we take a look for the first strategy, which is pricing strategy. What are the strategies that have been implemented by those companies? First, they have been set the prices for their own automotive products in very pricing based on the models, which is we can take example of Honda and Proton. They put each product they using different prices based on the models and their abilities. Second one is to justify the premium to standard product. And third one is to optimizing the dynamic promotions. And the fourth one is prices vary based on season. And we can see that during this pricing strategy, we can see that the prices set or the prices standards is based on the model and the season itself. And we can see that the companies, which is MBM, the Hume Industries, the Sunderby Berhad, and the RB Highcom, already justify their products, their automotive products, such as the car itself, which is Honda and Mazda. They already justify using the premium and standard product. Second, I will elaborate regarding of the second strategy, which is the firm strategy. What are the strategy actually taken by these firms occasionally? So this what actually they did is actually to establish a strategic alliance in the market, which is they gathered some of another company, they merged together and do strategic management so that they will power more in the market. Second one is to implement market segment for consumer, which is they establish various market segment for different users. Third one is to expand the network among dealers and services center, which is such as we can take Hume Industries and also MBM and also the RB Highcom did a lot of services center and dealer so that it will be more easier for them to reach the consumer. The fourth one is what are the strategy taken by this firm in industries is use heavy investment in capital, in which they inject a lot of investment including in their capital so that they will build more structure in the automotive industry. And the last strategy that was taken by this company using eco-friendly and also hybrid vehicle, which is eco-friendly and hybrid vehicle has been a trend nowadays, but also supporting the sustainability of the earth, including supporting the sustainable development goals number 9, which is into productivity, innovation and maintenance itself and infrastructure itself. So I believe this strategy have been a lot implemented. And
Hi, my name is SHAFIE with matrix number 286885. So for my part, I will present 4.0, the firm's performance. So based on the graph one, we can see that the highest net profit of year 2023, which is the Orion, and then followed by the B Auto and then HLIND. Alright, so the key findings: B Auto leads with the highest ROA, which is 14.82%, and ROE 46.01%, benefiting from alignment with Malaysia's NAP 2020 and Industry 4WRD policies. So Permaju posts the lowest ROA, which is negative 0.77%, and Tichong with the lowest ROE, which is negative 4.56%. So this indicates inefficiencies and underperformance in policy alignment. Right, so the impact of Malaysia's policies is a stronger alignment with industrial regulations. For example, National Automotive Policy, Industry 4WRD correlates with better profitability and asset efficiency. So Sun Derby shows robust profits with RM 1.8 billion, emphasizing the importance of regulatory compliance and operational excellence. So the recommendations is underperforming companies, for example, Tichong and Pemaju, should enhance compliance with national policy, invest in innovations, and align with sector-specific initiatives to boost productivity and profitability. So I think that's all for my part. Thank you.
Hi and hello everyone. So I will continue with my presentation on policy regulation in the Malaysian automotive industry. So before I begin, let me introduce myself first. I'm HARIHARAN DURAISAMY matrix number 286625. So without further ado, let me demonstrate through how various policies in Malaysia are shaping in the future of this critical automotive sector. So let's get started. The automotive industry is more than just a car production itself. It's a driving force for industrialization in Malaysia that creating better jobs and improving life living standards. At the same time, it also supports growth in both upstream sectors like steels and chemicals and downstream sectors like IT and service maintenance support. The Malaysian automotive industry is influenced by these three major policies. First, the National Automotive Policy 2020, NAP 2020, National Transport Plan 2019 to 2030, and lastly, the National Energy Policy Plan 2022 to 2040. Okay, the first policy that I'm going to discuss today in this video is about the National Automotive Policy 2020 or NAP 2020. This NAP 2020 is a comprehensive policy that aimed at preparing the automotive sector for Industry 4.0, fostering innovation in the next gen EVs, and promoting mobility as a services as well. So these objectives are aligned with the global goals like reducing the carbon emission and improving the fuel economy as well. So the first objective, which is embracing Industry 4.0, this NAP 2020 encourages the adaptation of technologies like robotics, AI, machine learning, deep learning, and much more. These tools are transforming how cars are designed, produced, and managed. For instance, we can see how BMW and Honda car manufacturers they are using their automation in their manufacturing process. So at the same time, they are also using certain data analytics tools for supply chain and logistics to ensure that it increases the efficiency of those supply chain and logistics. Right? The government is also supporting this shift through funding for enterprises like SIAs and much more. And they are also developing the infrastructures for uh, a better purpose. And at the same time, they are also providing training programs for technological adaptation process. Okay. Next objective will be the promoting mobility as a services. Mobility as a services is really defining how people view transportation itself. Instead of owning a car, people can use services like ride hailing or car sharing itself. This will create a collaboration between, uh, this will create new opportunities for collaborations like Proton and Grab Malaysia. In this case, where They their focuses on enhancing the e-hailing vehicle access, where Proton has been signed a memorandum of agreement (MOA) with Grab Malaysia to enhance the vehicle options for e-drivers, providing exclusive perks and benefits when they purchase a Proton Saga for their e-hailing purposes. This will we can see from here that this directly impacts the transformation on the consumer behavior and at the businesses at the same time. Next objective of this national automotive policy is on the focus on next generation vehicles. Next generation vehicles such as self-driving cars, hybrid electric vehicles, and EVs, electric vehicles, are the key to the futures. NAP 2020 offers a great government incentives where they are involved in tax exemptions and subsidies, and they are also makes special purchasing terms for consumers who bought the EV cars and the hybrid cars as well. In this case, so for an example, I can conclude about the Proton EMA 7 that has recently been launched by Proton, our first national car brand. So where they focus on sustainability and innovation. At the same time, these kinds of steps that have been taken will promote Malaysia as a hub for eco-friendly automotive solutions. Okay, the next policy that I'm going to discuss is about the National Transport Plan 2019 to 2020, or in short term NTP 2030. The goal is very simple. The goal for this policy is to develop a sustainable, efficient, and safe transport system across the nation. And this focuses on the adaptation of the energy efficient vehicles, EVs, and hybrids, where it will enhance the public, and at the same time, they are also focuses on enhancing the public transportation infrastructure. So, how this will be impacted in the automotive industry? So, this will create a great encouragement for domestic and foreign investments in greener technologies in our country. Okay, the third policy that I'm going to discuss is about the National Energy Policy 2022 to 2040, also known as DTN 2022 to 2040. The goal is very simple. The national energy policy is aims to shift the Malaysians toward a low-carbon economy. For the automotive industry, this means increased production in the electric and hybrid vehicles or PHEVs, and innovations like biodiesel, biofuel compatibility designs will enhance the effectiveness of this policy. Then, of course, there will be some ups and downs when it comes on implementing the policy. One of the opportunities that are involved is on the adapting to clean energy technologies. That's the great opportunity. And one of the greatest challenges is also in the we will have some difficulties in balancing the cost and the innovations at the same time. To sum up the findings, Malaysia's automotive policy are setting the stage for innovation and sustainability. By embracing these challenges, the industry can thrive globally while contributing to the economic growth and environmental goals as well. So that's all from me. Thank you very much.
So, in conclusion, Malaysian automotive industry is highly concentrated with major players shaping the market using the SCP model. Help us understand the industrial landscape, covering market structure, company behavior, and also overall performance. So, to stay competitive and grow in the long run, these leading companies must constantly innovate and adapt to changes. With the support of government programs and strategic collaboration, the industry is well positioned to overcome challenges and seize new opportunities. Firm strategies in the sector focus on meeting both domestic and international market demands, with a special emphasis on Industry 4.0 technologies and next generation vehicles. The industry core is powered by government initiatives like tax incentive, infrastructure improvement, and policies supporting green technology and sustainability transportation. To remain competitive globally, Malaysia automotive industry will need to continue focusing on innovation, partnerships, and regulations. So, by adopting sustainability and technology advancements, it can contribute significantly to Malaysia economic growth and also strengthen its position in the global market.